What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, well, we have the upcoming promo card, and we just got confirmation, I would say, on the last town hall that there are going to be, well, actually two promo cards, but for Vruz, they are going to be following the proposal that was set forth and obviously voted on in a passing manner for the community. Now, I have the proposal the original proposal up here, and so we can clearly see that the cost is going to be one voucher per BCX, and then you are eligible to kind of like reserve BCX for you to go and claim for each 1,000 SPS you have. It doesn't sound like that has changed. Again, the team talked about this on their most recent town hall. We'll have to wait for an official post still, but they seem to be following what is set out here, which means we can get an idea of just how many are going to be printed for this upcoming Vruz card. So let's go ahead over here, and you can see, well, actually, you know what? We're going to jump over to Splinter Cards because Splinter Cards is fun. So here on Splinter Cards, and let me go ahead and refresh, you'll see that we have roughly 520 million total SPS that is currently staked, a little bit more than that, which means, you know, for every 1,000 SPS staked, we're looking at about 520, maybe 521,000 BCX overall that can be minted. Now, this is going to be a common card. I believe that was mentioned. So 400 BCX is the expectation in order to get a maxed copy. And so just thinking that through, if we take, what is it, we'll just say 521, right? So 500, and 21,000 BCX that'll be printed in total. That is going to be divided by 400, 1,300, just slightly over 1,300 maxed copies are possible. Now, you do that same thing, so 521 over 220 BCX, and you're looking at only 2,300 that could be maxed for gold level. So again, I don't know how good this card is. We don't know what the stats are. I would assume that if it's a promo card, everybody's going to want it. It's going to have some value at all different levels, but the best proxy that we can have from a print rate perspective is probably Salty Bear, right? Archimus the Bear. So if we go here and let's go to the printing and distribution, I just want to put a little side by side for you guys. So I'm going to go to promo. I'm going to look at common cards, and you can see here that for Archimus the Bear, there were 827,000 printed. So that is like more than 50% higher than what we're expecting for Vruz. Now, we could, of course, get more SPS staked, and I wouldn't be surprised if we end up getting a little bit more SPS staked once we get more details. People come in, they think the card is awesome. You know, there are 481 million liquid SPS that are out there. Obviously, some of that is locked up in the DAO. We have a good amount locked up in the DAO, maybe 75, 80 million, but there's still many that are in liquidity pools, for example. People could potentially pull out of liquidity pools and throw, you know, that in just to get the card. So, you know, a little over 1 billion in circulation. I wouldn't be surprised if the number ticks up. Now, the interesting thing is how much of a long tail is there? And I want to give a shout out to Virus because he mentioned this on the live stream earlier today. But how many accounts have less than 1,000 SPS? I mean, I'm thinking about all of these accounts in bronze, maybe even some in silver, a lot of the bot accounts that have just been farming SPS that is technically locked up for a 4-week period, right? Because they keep on playing, so they keep on earning, and maybe they're constantly unstaking and every week, you know, sending or consolidating with a single account. But I would imagine that there's still quite a few accounts that have SPS in them. And again, I don't know how long that tail is, but we've seen the player base or the daily active users kind of fluctuate up and down. The daily battles fluctuate up and down. So it could be significantly less than 520,000 BCX as well. But again, just showing you where we're at with like 1,300 at a max level and about 2,300, 2,400 with a gold level. You know, I don't know. I mean, I feel like if the card is solid, and again, our expectation is, you know, without anything else, without the stats, our expectation is that it's going to be something that people want to have or that'll be worthwhile to have, similar to the Salty Bear. You know, there's just not going to be enough. There's just not going to be enough. 1,300 max copies. I'm not sure how many players are in Diamond Plus, but I have to imagine it's probably close to that amount. And then you combine that with the amount of players that are playing in Gold, even some of the bots. Again, I'm not as worried about the bots, or I don't want to count the bots. I shouldn't say I'm not worried, but I shouldn't count the bots because, the bots don't really care with what they play with. It's not like they get emotionally, rejected. They feel emotionally down after they lose battles. They don't need all of the best cards. They just need enough of the meta cards to win. And you can make an argument that some of these promo cards, while awesome, aren't necessarily like super clutch for the meta. Just having like the basics there so that you don't have to use the starter cards will probably get you very far with a lot of these bot accounts, even the ones that are at the higher level. So, ultimately 520,000 seems very low. I am excited for this. I think that it could burn a good amount of vouchers. It could have a good amount of SPS staked. And, if we look at this over the next couple of weeks, I think we get about like 1 million SPS printed per day, roughly. Again, don't quote me on that. I'm getting that secondhand from somebody that I heard, but the numbers kind of line up. So if we are to expect Vruz within the next, we'll just say 2 weeks here, or by the end of the month, I mean, even if we give it 3 weeks, right, that's roughly 20 million SPS. We're going to be at 1,020,000,000 SPS, 1,020,000,000 SPS. It's not going to be that much more. That's like, sure, that's a couple more thousand BCX printed, but that may not all get staked, right? That may still be put in pools. That may be sold, or not sold, but you get what I'm saying. So overall, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for the card. I can't wait to see what the stats are. And as a reminder for folks who didn't catch the town hall or maybe didn't see the video that I posted with the 5 biggest takeaways, there are going to be 2 countdowns for this, and I'm anticipating that we're going to get more information probably soon, maybe even as early as next week, that there will be a countdown for when the snapshot is, right? So they're going to snapshot how much SPS is in each account, and then there'll be a countdown onto when you'll be able to go in and claim. So obviously both of those countdowns are important. I would say that the first countdown will probably be more important in the sense that you will, if you're trying to top off your SPS stack and make sure that you're at least over an even amount or at a multiple of multiples of 1,000, then that will be the time in which you should go through and do that. But there could also be some interesting market activity. I mean, I don't know if that'll be enough of a price catalyst for people to start staking more SPS, but I personally, as somebody who does stake SPS and wants to see more utility, would love to see more things like this, where the DAO, I know people are going to look at it and be like, oh yeah, the DAO is just voting to give itself more stuff. Yes, it is in many ways, but it should be incentivizing people to hold SPS, because right now, if you don't hold a lot of SPS, my question for you is, what's your incentive to go and get more? Right? If you want to be a bigger player in this game, if you want to be have a larger voice, and you want to start getting cooler stuff, which is what SPS was supposed to give you access to, then that these should be the reasons, these should be the type of things that you want to go out and buy more SPS, buy and stake more SPS, I should say. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. Just want to share some quick numbers for where we're at and where we could potentially see things go over the next couple of weeks here. But ultimately, there are not going to be enough, in my opinion, for those who want to play or collect every card and play at the highest of levels, gold and above. So that is all I have for you. Have an amazing rest of your day. I'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.